on my show, Eva. I'm on my show. Okay, what is going on? What is going on? Welcome out to Cleveland Terry Show, where one of us has gone about, I don't know, 2 hours worth of sleep this evening or this morning. I was out editing my video for, I'm so tired I can't even think straight, but I was editing my video for DJ in the new Meta system. Got everything done, went to go edit it. It was like, I don't know, 11:30, 12 o'clock maybe. Went to edit it, and then all of my capture stuff didn't record. So all the capture stuff I take from here didn't record. So I let me just do it again. I was so tired. I tried to do it again. Didn't work out. Didn't work out at all. So I decided to go to bed. I'm like, I'll go to bed. I'll wake up early and I'll just finish my video and post it before the show. Well, I didn't sleep at all last night. My brain was just running. So I didn't sleep. About 2 hours. Woke up at about, I don't know, 7:45, 7 o'clock actually, when I went to bed at like 3 something. And then trash day was today, so I had to get up and take the trash out. And by the time I did all that, I'm like, I'm not going back to bed. So I did record my training session for it, but I haven't had time to edit it. So thank you for your patience. It's coming today. After I'm done with this show, I'll be able to work on it before I get on my call. So this show will end at 12 o'clock today. The show will end at 12 just to, you know, get stuff done. I got calls at 1:30, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and then I got to take my daughter to dance. Anyway, a lot of stuff on my plate for today. And there's an amazing football game on today. So I got to watch the Bengals and the Ravens. So, yeah. So I have a Prime 4 here because strangely enough, it works. Strangely enough, it works for probably like 20 pieces of gear. I don't know if you guys are even familiar with Meta and what Meta and DJ have done for us DJs out there. Have you guys seen any of the clips, any of the videos or anything? If not, well, I will give you just kind of a Cliff Notes version of this. And I need to move my thing here so I can see the screen a little better. Hold on. Don't make fun of me. Okay, that's better. All right, let's move this up. There we go. Okay, so Algorithm DJ has been working on this thing with Meta, and they've been working on this thing with Meta for a while now. And obviously we know that when the Apple Vision Pro came out, they had DJ on Apple Pro with the Apple streaming, but you know, there was no way to really mess with it. Everything was virtual. And yeah, it's cool if you want to throw some tracks on and, you know, cast it to your AirPlay or whatever, and then you got music going on. That's cool, I guess. But for regular DJs, it kind of went the same way as when DJ for iPhone came out. You know, they came out and we were like, oh, well, this is cool. And we started messing with our phones and we were looking at it. We're like, this is cool. Great. Okay. And then you set it down. You're like, it's a gimmick. I still need to go back to my controller and stuff. Well, they've kind of bridged the gap. They've bridged the gap with the phone. They bridged the gap with the iPad and also with the desktop computer. But now they're bridging the gap with virtual reality. So there's a lot of cool features in it. The big question here is that I saw Philip Tan's post where he says, seeing the clips, not sure if it's really worth all the hype. It's moderately cool. Yeah. So look, the first thing I'm going to say is that a lot of DJs are going to say that it's you know, a gimmick. Very gimmicky. And while I understand that, and I do share a lot of those points, uh, we have to realize that some of this stuff is not for now. You know what I mean? Like right now, yes, you can put on the goggles, you can start messing with stuff, you can pull out your favorite controller, not all of them right now, but some of them, and you can DJ like normal. One of the cool things about it is, yes, you can stream from all the streaming sources, the beat sources, the titles, everything, all of the things, the Apple Music, you can stream from that, but you can also throw all your files right into the headpiece, and then you can play all your local files. So it's giving you the best of both worlds. And I do believe that you can literally plug in a thumb drive right into the side. Actually, you can't do that because you need a hub. You need a hub for that. I didn't try it with the hub. I don't know if Mojax did, but yeah, you can literally put a USB thumb drive right into the side and you can access those files too. So Meta's done some really cool stuff. You know, I wasn't sure. This is my first time using virtual reality gear at all, besides like going to one of the, the stores or something. But it's the first time I've really kind of experienced it. So I only got the thing on Monday. I got it on Monday. We'll have to take a look at that, because maybe it's just for DJ. Because yes, you can plug it in and like access files from your thumb drive on any other capacity. So maybe it's just DJ that's doing that, Mixmaster. Yeah, I haven't tested it, so Mixmaster probably knows more than I do about that. So what was I saying? I lost my sleepyhead train of thought. Oh, so on Monday, I got it. Capitalism is ruining DJing? Come on, guys. Come on. Let's not go there. We'll talk about that though. So back to what I was saying. So I got it on Monday, and obviously I've never used virtual DJ. So it took a day just to get comfortable with the meta and using your hands and not using the controllers and all that stuff. So it was just a little bit of work. So by the time, and then what's today? So that was Monday. Tuesday I was swamped, could not even touch it on Tuesday. And then Wednesday I started really working on it, and then, shooting my videos. So I'm not over the moon about right now. Okay. Right now, yes, it's a little more gimmicky. You're going to use it at your house. You're going to use it when you're streaming. Maybe you're on Twitch or something like that. And now you have, visuals that you can cast for it. So now you have your own little green screen room. That's one option. But I'm not concerned about that. That's fine. But that is borderline gimmicky. I am more excited for when Meta comes out with their glasses, the prototypes that they showed maybe a month ago. They're going to be expensive, but when that happens, I think the whole dynamics are going to change. If you're wearing your normal glasses and you just happen to plug them in and start DJing with them, well, you're always accessible. Yeah, I know you can do it with your phone. I know you can do it with your iPad, but all I'm saying is that once you experience the visuals, and the way it connects to the hardware, it's really impressive. It's really, now this is only a 1.0. Like there's a lot of things that they need to add to it to really put it on the same level as their phones or their desktop computers. But it's a good start. It's a really good start. And more importantly, I would say probably before the MetaQuest 3S came out, which is the one I'm using for my testing. Before that came out, the buy-in was a little expensive for a lot of people. They're like, well, why would I do that? But now, you can get a MetaQuest for $299. I'm not saying that that's super cheap, but from a DJ perspective, that's a drop in the bucket right there. So I think that, right now, yes, You know, it's on the side of gimmicky, but you know, a couple of years from now, I think it's gonna blow up, and it would be huge if 40% of the teens is on VR exclusively, but right now it's gimmicky as hell. Yeah, I mean, look, it just came out, so you know, and right now Meta is really the only one that people are even interested in buying. Nobody's buying the Apple Vision Pro because it's too damn expensive. But it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. First off, I'm very virtual reality and the mixed reality, being able to bring up all your screens and stuff, and it's really cool. It's really cool. But you know, it is what it is. I know people are going to take it and they're going to go, I don't know. I know that. You know, Escape did a whole nightclub using the Meta Quest. Whole nightclub. He did his whole set off of it. So I think that I think you're going to see more people than you think using it. I think so. But you know, it still doesn't take away, like I said, there's still some things that are missing in it. There's some things that need to go in there before I would say it's a truly, you know, robust system. But for a 1.0, it's you know, the hand gestures actually aren't that difficult. You know, MetaQuest has really good hand tracking. So basically, once your hand is up and you do this, it literally points right to it. So you can just click, click, click. Once I show you the video when it goes up today, you guys can see exactly, you know, how simple it is. The hardest part was getting the bounding box when you go virtual to stay in place, because I don't know what it is, but my hands always seem to touch it and then move the thing, and then my whole box moves. Then I gotta redo that. Yes, I know there's no stems right now. There's a lot of things missing right now. You know, but Mojax is DJing live on Twitch right now. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, it's there's no stems right now. They're missing some things, but it'll come. I'm actually surprised at the amount of stuff. Is really the only word I can say. Is the amount of stuff that is being run, like with the virtual reality and all the visuals and being able to sync and all these things and rock your EQs and your effects and all that stuff. And it doesn't even take a hit. It just keeps on moving. So I'm assuming that stems will happen, but you know, it might be a case where it's stems 1.0. You know, it might be a case of that. So we don't know right now, but we'll see. We'll see. You know, it'll stay. We'll keep using it, and they will keep updating it, and they will keep upgrading. And I think there is a future in it. It may not be for you old souls out there. It may not be for you, but for other people, for the young people, for people that are in Meta right now and they're doing it, you know, it's just a matter of time. I mean, look, even right now, there's people that are only DJing from their phones. There are people right now that are only using streaming services, and all the DJs out there are screaming to the clouds. To the clouds. What? That's not a real DJ. That's not this. That's not that. You know. So I'm an old head, but I'm old head with a young mind. I see opportunities. I don't shut things out. I just see how they work. And if it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you. But I'm never going to be the one to say it doesn't work for me, so it doesn't work for everybody. You know, I'm not doing that. DJ on iOS hasn't made it blow up, while potentially that has a much larger install. I'm not even concerned with that. Okay. I in Mixmaster, and I understand what you're saying, but I'm not in the business of assuming what people want, because DJs are stubborn as hell. So stubborn. So I know that anything that requires them to change or fundamentally change the way they DJ or the way they do things, they're not going to do without really being pushed into it. So I get that. I know it is what it is, but you know, I'm like I said, I'm not that guy. But DJ, algorithm DJ makes software for the masses. They are slowly refining it so it can become specific and specialized for DJs. But it's still open platform, open, easy to use stuff for the masses. TJ Unique says, I'm a tech guy, but seeing people walk around with the Apple Vision comes off as douchey. Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying walk around with it. I'm not saying that at all. But as somebody had mentioned earlier, if somebody wants to do perfect example. I guarantee you right now, for some of the events that I do, if I brought an LED wall, right, and the DJ was off to the side, and he was wearing his MetaQuest, and he video cast to the wall so you can see all that stuff happening and all the effects and all the cool stuff, I guarantee you people would be like, that's kind of cool. Regular people. I'm not talking about DJs. I'm talking about regular people. They're going to be like, that's kind of cool. I didn't even know you could do that. So there is potential out there. It's the same thing as, look, not everything designed is for the pure DJ at heart, because if you're a pure DJ, you're probably not using this stuff anyway. That's just facts, but for people that are thinking outside the box, for people that are willing to accept a little more, I think there's a potential there. I do. But yeah, when I used to see the Apple Vision Pro guys just walking around, like I went to, where was I at? Oh, I was at the Mobile Entertainment Expo, and it had just come out, and I saw like 3 people walking around with them, just casually walking around. And I'm like, that's corny. That is corny. But if you're in your house, if you're in your office or things like that, or it's a specialized thing, like, hey, I'm performing with this. This is a showcase of what it can do. I'm telling you, there's a niche for it. There's a niche. Okay. All right. So what did Kalo say? I saw Kalo said something. I feel like capitalism is ruining DJing. Well, I mean, the argument could be made that capitalism is ruining everything. Okay, I think if we just broaden that statement out, to me, capitalism is very good, because without capitalism, I would not have a DJ company. Okay, these are just facts. That wouldn't happen. But yes, you are correct. It definitely has an impact. It's not ruining DJing though. Capitalism is, in my opinion, when Alpha Theta releases, 12 new products, and then In Music releases 12 new products, and then they release another one a year later or 6 months later, and it's just a slight update to the other one. That's when capitalism is a problem for DJing. But nobody is forcing any DJ to spend any money that they don't want to spend. There's not one thing, and there's not one company out there, there's not one client out there that's like, well, what are you using? What controller are you using? Because I know that the brand new one is out and I'd like you to use that. Like, there's nobody doing that, so capitalism is a part of DJing. The whole point of having all of these options, all these controllers and these DMX lighting and all these different light sources and all these things, that's capitalism. But that helps us become better at what we do. So I'm fine with capitalism. But yeah, capitalism can go a little crazy, but it only goes crazy if you let it go crazy. We don't have to spend our money. We don't. So don't. You get what I'm saying? If you're happy with what you're using, then use it. But I just am beyond. I mean, this is the same thing, and we're not going to talk politics or anything like that, but it's the same thing with politics. Like, if your candidate wins, cool. I don't want to see, post after post, just kind of, being a dickhead. Like, I don't need to see all that. Just take it and move on. That's all. Same thing with this. If you don't want to buy gear, if you're happy with what you're using, use it. Use it. If you like your 2012 MacBook Pro and you're still using Scratch Live and you got your Rain 57 and you're like, I don't need any more than this. Done. Do that. You get what I'm saying? And because I'm tired today, not the best, not the best day for me to probably do the show, but I always do the show. So I'm literally like trying to keep my emotions at bay because this is when it happens. Usually when I'm exhausted. So either I get super loopy or I get super angry. Don't know which one's going to happen today. Don't know. We'll see. Yeah. So yeah. And it's not expensive. The MetaQuest is $299, 128 gigabyte drive in it. That's fine for DJing. I copied over like 4 different folders yesterday and it did no damage to my drive. I mean, the damage is coming from like the games and stuff that I load up, but not music. That's nothing. Okay, let's see here. I don't know. People still go out. I still DJ nightclubs. It's still packed out there. I DJ'd the day I DJ'd Halloween night at what was it called? Level 8? Is it level 8? Ooh, I don't want that in there. Why is that there? I gotta make some changes. Okay. Yeah, I think it was level 8. I think that's where I was on Halloween. It was. Where was I? Was never put on the calendar. Anyway, I think it was level 8. It's right across the street from Staples Center. But it was packed. It was packed. And every time I DJ a nightclub, it's always packed in there. Yes, bottle service is trash. Yes, drinks are super expensive, but nobody's forcing you to buy drinks. Nobody's forcing you to get a bottle service. Nobody's forcing you to get a table. You can just be a normal person having a good time at the club. So they're still out there. They still exist. Okay, let's take a look. All right. I have no idea what that song was. You did a review on the Rain Performer. You did a scratch to a song called I See What Was the Song and the track on the other side of the controller. Thank you. I'll have to look at the video. I have no idea. It was some copyright free music that I used from Epidemic Sound. It could have been anything. So I am not sure. Yeah. This right here. $300. You get speakers coming out of there, and they're actually good speakers in the MetaQuest. Good speakers in DJ. There is a pre-cue button where you click on that, and it'll switch one side of your speakers to your basically to your monitor, or to your cue, and then you have your main on your left-hand side. So they did think about stuff. And that's fine too. That's absolutely fine. If you just want to train people to use, regular DJ stuff and get used to the feel of transitioning between songs, hey, that works too. You get what I'm saying? Okay. Let's see here. I think so. All right. I have to say I've ran into 2 local DJs that just started within 1 to 3 years, and they went with Algorithm DJ as their software of choice, and they're legit doing 100% of their events. So I've been using Algorithm DJ for the past 3 months. I've only gone to Serato like one time because I was having trouble with DJ, but it wasn't DJ's fault. It was just doing some things. And I think I found the problem. with Algorithm DJ. I think the glitch is occurring on the cue point quantize. Even though I'm literally hitting on the beat, I think the cue point is readjusting itself, because when I turned off the cue point quantize, the situation went away of that double loop. I think that's the problem right there. I think that's the problem. Okay, let's see who else we got here. If James Hype used it, it would be cool. Maybe. Ha, that's funny. That is actually funny. Okay. Watching my stream. Okay, let's go here. Having choices is great. You get to choose the one you like and good to go. Exactly. VR DJing will be looked upon as a novelty until it becomes mainstream, just like music files and vinyl. I mean, yeah, it's always going to be that way. It's going to be that way until somebody of caliber, maybe like a James Hype or something like that, picks it up, and then that's what they're using. But like I said, right now with the ski mask on, I still don't think that's gonna be it. Now, maybe if you turn it into a whole thing where you got the ski mask on and maybe you got a hoodie on and it's just a part of your vibe, like that's your thing. I'm the virtual reality guy. Maybe that's a thing and it becomes a gimmick, but you can sell that gimmick. So there's always an opportunity. Serato will not add anything because that's just not their style. Okay. Let's see here. Any cool toys coming up for the holidays? Yeah. Okay. I think that's Keto. Thank you so much, fam. Appreciate you for that. You said you were outdoor event. Yeah, I was an outdoor event. I was outside. The club had 4 DJs that night, and I was working one part, the outside part. There was one by the pool. There was 2 in 2 different rooms, and I was outside on the balcony. But there was like a speakeasy entrance to the club, so everybody had to come through me to go into the club. So it was kind of a cool vibe. It was a good time. All right, let's see here. Scott Bowman says, I'm in. Until you've actually tried a quest, you won't get it. Try it, then come talk about it. Yeah. So this is what I'm saying. Like, I mean, I put it on, and once I got used to how it worked and I understood, where the settings were and how to get back to your apps and all those things, like it does so much. And I'm not just like, oh, you're because of DJ. No, man. Like right now. So they sent me the MetaQuest, okay, to review it. And I gave it to my daughter to put on, and she like freaked out because she's like, oh my God, she's 12 years old, obviously. But I was already thinking 128. Well, if I want to like drop a couple games on here and stuff, I'm probably going to need at least a 256, maybe even the 512. So I will probably buy my own anyway and give her this one without even thinking about it. So it's there. Anyway. Okay. But until you start using it, you don't know. And I think the reason the Apple Vision Pro kind of fell off wasn't because it didn't do cool stuff, but it was, first off, it was super expensive. So people were having like buyer's remorse. And then also, when Apple came out, Apple does Apple things, and they don't release all the stuff. They coming out. And so people were like, well, it's cool, but I can't get it to do anything. So people would put it down because they couldn't. I don't have that with the Quest. Literally, I put it on. There's pretty much nothing I can't do with it. I mean, I set up my, what is that stupid, Steam. I use this computer for obviously, streaming, but it also has a super great graphics card and everything. I got that from Goat, Arabian Prince. And I set up my Steam on here, threw my games on there. I can stream my games right to my headset. That's amazing. I can access my my movies from my store, my hard drive. So that can be streamed over. You can do a virtual desktop, and now you got multiple screens up. The MetaQuest, the one thing that is different between that and the Apple Vision Pro, the MetaQuest is light. It's all plastic. You barely feel it when it's on. It's impressive, and it's so mature. All the things that are in it, it really is like its own computer. It's just different. But you got to use it. You have to try it for like a week, and then you'll see, the benefits of it. I'm not saying use it for everything you do, but like I understand if somebody got a MetaQuest for $299, okay, and then they got the different headband with the hot swappable batteries in it, so you can just keep swapping them out, because a standard battery on the MetaQuest probably lasts 2.5 hours, maybe, which is not bad. But you get some external batteries, you can swap them out. Now you can go all day. But like I can already see if I was a like right out of college or right out of high school and I have my apartment and stuff, I don't know that I'd even buy a TV, because you're getting better stuff off of the MetaQuest. Like the visuals and what you can do with it and still have your stuff accessible. It's impressive. That's all I can say. Philip says, I do hope some young kid one day walks up to a pro DJ one day, asks if they can touch the controller, does a perfect blend and says, I learned how to do that in my headset. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. I mean, look, there was a whole movie that came out called Gran Turismo. Remember? And it was based upon the real life race car driver that learned how to drive playing Gran Turismo. That's all he did. And they did a whole competition to see if Gran Turismo could translate and transfer to the real world, and it did. So it's out there, peeps. It's out there. Yeah, that's why streaming is not always the best. You should always have some local files. That's why anything important that I absolutely need for my event stays on my hard drive. Anything that is like, if somebody requests a song, I'll pull it up. If it doesn't work, it's not a big deal. That's how I look at streaming. Or if somebody gives me a list of like 100 songs, right? I'm not playing 100 songs that they gave me the list for anyway. So if they're like, oh, hey, can you play that song? I can just stream it. Easy. I don't need to fill up my hard drive with stuff I'm never going to play again. Most likely MP3 encoder shift in the ultra cues should be visible on the waveforms. All right. Sound Precision Entertainment. Longtime lurker, how much of the automatic AI stuff do you use in algorithm? That's a very, very good question. And my review is coming out next week. In all honesty, pretty much turn off everything. Like everything. I don't like software that tries to do everything for you. Now, if you're doing some virtual stuff and you load a song and you got 128 on that side and you load a song and it automatically changes that one to 128 too, that makes sense. You don't want to be messing around with a pitch fader in a virtual environment. It's too much. But that's fine. But when I'm back on my hardware, yes, now I'm doing everything manually again. So yeah, I turn off everything. I'm not a fan of it. I'm just not a fan of it. It never works for me. That was one of the reasons that Virtual DJ really, really bothered me, because they had so many automations in Virtual DJ to try to make it better for the user. I got on there coming from Serato and I'm like, this damn thing is damn near doing everything for me. Am I even DJing anymore? So I had to turn off everything. Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. Serato library started to get on my nerves. I'm searching for stuff I know I added, not found, had to recreate my master folder. Gonna play with more at home. Yeah, I get it. It's one of their weaknesses is the disappearing files. I don't get it too often, but every so often you'll search for something. You're like, I know I have this, and it's not in Serato, and then you'll go into your hard drive and then go into your music folder, search in there, and it's right there. You just drag it back up. You're like, this is stupid. Why do I have to do this? But strangely enough, when I did an analyzation of all my music, finally using DJ, and I just bit the bullet and analyzed it, and I had several songs that didn't have names. It was kind of weird. I know they were there before because I literally dragged them, imported them right from Serato, and I've been using it for a while, and it was fine. But I had some. They had certain they didn't have the artist name, but they had the song name. It was very, very weird. I think it was pulling from the metadata and then like changing it. Anyway, neither here nor there. Okay. Lightspeed, did they ever come out with that update to the AI light show you were going to do? You know what? I had to put it on hold. I believe they did. I will test that out. What is it? November. The problem is I've been swamped with all my LED walls, so I haven't been able to take it out and use it. And I can't use it. I can't review a lighting product in the confines of my studio, because that's like a perfect scenario. And for whatever reason, just like when I'm at home, everything works when you're at home or when you're at the office studio. Then you get outside and now you got all of this, wireless frequencies and everything is floating in the air that you don't see, and you go to try to use it and all of a sudden it doesn't talk to you anymore. So it's little things like that I have to use it live. But like I said, I'm legitimately doing LED walls for like I have a party this weekend out in Orange County, but it's Mindy Weiss, so she's literally supplying everything. I'm just bringing my DJ furniture, but no speakers, no lighting, nothing. And then after that, I'm literally doing LED walls for 3 weeks straight. So I will get to it. That's a promise. Do you get dizzy? No, not at all. Not at all. In fact, it's funny because you really don't have to move your head too much. Everything you see is visually within like your purview. But I know that as I'm watching the video of me recording myself in the video with doing that, you're DJing. So when you're DJing, your head's moving a little bit. You're doing this thing, and there's no it's not like there's a gimbal inside, although that would be very cool, but there's no gimbal inside the Meta. So coming from a person looking at it, my head's moving a lot. But when I'm DJing, I don't feel that head move. It's very, very weird. Hitting in the building. What's going on? Just loading up for a gig. Nice. Love those weekday gigs, man. Pretty sure this is off topic, but have you found the Hercules T7? How have you found? Okay. So the reason that I'm using the Denon Prime 4, and it's strange because it works for, we'll talk about that in a minute. The T7's been in my glide bag forever, and then I went to go use it once, and one of my pitches is malfunctioning because it's like 4 BPMs off. So if I got it set to dead center and it's 130 on this side, it'll be, 127, 126 on this side. So I have to actually use my ears and manually adjust it because it's not in sync. Now, if I hit the sync button, yeah, obviously no problem. But if I want to manually do it, I'm going to put a call into them because DJ works with it. And I did my first video on the T7 using the MetaQuest, but I was having so many problems getting it to work right that I literally took it out. I'm going to send them an email and have them send me another one because my long term, I don't know what caused it. This was like me not using it all the time. It's been in a bag. Mojax has his. He's been using his. His works just fine. So, I probably got a little bit of a fluke. It happens. But I'll have them send me another one and then we'll test it one more time. Boxa? Love the show. Big up yourself. Thank you. What's the best sounding speaker? There's no such thing. You said Mackie Thump Go or the Wave 8. Okay, so the Wave 8 is going to be a better sounding speaker than the Mackie Thump Go. The Mackie Thump Go is a good speaker, but it doesn't compete with the Wave 8. The Wave 8 is really competing with the Everse 8. So, but the difference is the Mackie Thumb Go is, under $500. That's the difference. You can get two of them for the same price of like one Everse 8 or one Wave 8. But the Wave 8's a very good speaker. I know people think that it's ugly, but the technology in it, the wireless in it is really damn impressive. So I will sacrifice some prettiness for functionality. I mean, I guess you can treat it like your spouse. If you go for the super, super, super pretty girl, maybe she's not the best mom. You know what I mean? Like it happens, Then maybe the ego kicks in too much, or maybe she just doesn't want to do anything. She wants to sit around the house and be pretty. So, I would rather have, I'd rather have a 7 that cooks and cleans and takes care of the family and, does her job and goes about her business than have a 10 that does nothing. So probably not the best. All right. It's been clutch so far. Stems feature audio sounds so much clearer. Library running a lot smoother. Load times are wonderful. Intel 7th. That is fantastic. Fantastic. Well, they haven't done it because they have no mobile device. Remember, the Meta Quest is running on Android. So it's technically an Android device. So they already have it working for Android. So it was an easy port over, but Virtual DJ doesn't have anything for mobile. That's why. Yeah, there you go. Oh no, don't get it twisted. The Apple Vision Pro is undoubtedly the best virtual reality goggles in the world. The best. But again, a Porsche Taycan is considered one of the best too. But I don't have $130,000 lying around to go buy one. So I'm going to buy something around $60,000. Like that's what I'm going to do. So it is what it is. You buy what you can afford, That's it. I am curious. Hack controller you haven't. I'm curious. This controller, this is the Denon Prime 4. For iView Focus. All right. My son tried to get me to play Gorilla Tag on. I started feeling motion sickness. Okay. So, look, first off, if you look at games on the Meta Quest, and let's say you're going to buy a game, they actually have comfort ratings on them. And some games, like the Meta Quest came with a new Batman game, and it's only for the Meta Quest. And I started playing it, and I couldn't get past like 5 minutes because I don't do first person well, and that doesn't work for me. Anything where I turn the controller and then like I hit a wall, and hit another wall, like I'm throwing up. I'm nauseous as hell. So I tend to stay away from those. I prefer like either third person games, or it has to be a slower moving or a very open world type thing where I'm not being run. Like I could never play Doom. All my friends were playing Doom. It would make me sick. Couldn't play it. So I understand what you're saying. I do. Okay, let's see here. So, yesterday I made dinner and I'm like, I'll just put this on real quick and see what happens. I put on the Meta Quest and I opened up Netflix. I had Netflix running. I had messages on the side. It was just great. But yeah, like if you're learning how to cook and you need to look at ingredients and you need to pull up YouTube to do it, it's all right there. Okay. I get that. That makes a lot of sense. Okay. Speaking of streaming, do all the main services allow you to download local files? I only use Spotify, but would love to have integration with the DJ software. The only ones that allow downloads is BeatSource and Beatport. No other ones allow it. Crossfade effects are cool. I love and hate them all at the same time, because anybody that scratches, I find that it does too much sometimes. So I turn it off. All right. I did everything the opposite you do at my last gig for Halloween. I don't know what that means. Are you saying that they didn't love me? That's kind of what I expected in terms of your algorithm experience. What would be your opinion on a multi-op wedding DJ company moving towards the automation AI for their less mix savvy DJs? I'm going to say something that is going to be, I'm sure a lot of people think this, but I have to draw the line on some places. Okay. And if you are performing live, you shouldn't be doing a mix. You got a cocktail mix going on. You have maybe a song or two that has a really cool mix that you use for it. Fine. But you should be mixing. And I know people are going to say it's all about the music. I don't care. I don't care if it's all about the music. I want DJs to be DJing. And like, for instance, when I DJ, every party I DJ, I rarely put a mix on ever. And I'm not even talking about eating. I will eat and mix live right at the DJ booth. Like, I'm just not that guy. I spent all this time learning, and now I just want to hand it over to the computer. Like, it's just, there's only so much I will allow it to do, So yeah, less mix savvy DJs to me, translation, they need more practice. That's what I hear. We just had a meeting with our DJs last Monday, and we had the meeting because we need to make sure that everybody's on the same page, that everybody's playing the right music, looking at trends, looking at things that are working on people's parties. And then at the end of the night, we did a whole mix session. All right, guys, show me your kids crate. I need you to play me your kids crate into your adult crate. Like you're transitioning. We do bar mitzvahs, obviously, but you got the kids on the floor for all their hip hop and all that stuff. And now you're transitioning to get the adults up for their stuff. Let me hear what you do. And every single one of them had to do it, and we were able to evaluate them. So they just need more practice. That's what I hear when I see that. Didn't Prime Go Plus or Omnis Duo? Not ominous. Which one is the best? The answer is yes. They're both great. They're both great. They both do different things. So I can't say one is better than the other. It depends on what you're looking for. Now, if you're looking for, say, for instance, like on the Prime Go, you have so many cloud services and so many streaming options, but the jogs are trash. The fader's trash. The layout is very unlike anything else out there. And then you have the Omnis Duo, which doesn't have a lot of those services, but it's got, Bluetooth streaming, which will cache and will allow you to actually DJ that Bluetooth file. It's got better jogs. Fader on it is butter. The battery life lasts about the same. Omnis Duo has the wireless output. So you can literally send your signal right to a Wave 8. So, there's a lot of cool things that it does. So it just depends on what you're looking for. Okay. I am behind here. Let me jump around here. I don't use a separate mixer for my mics. I run it right through the controller. Although I have used a separate mixer depending on the gear that I'm using, but all of my controllers, I only buy controllers that have good microphones in them. That's it. I only use them if they have good microphones. If they don't, yes. Okay. If they don't, then I won't use them. That's it. I mean, I ran into an issue with the Rain 4. The Rain 4 had had trash mics, and on mine and on several people's, I sent it back. The Rain Performer doesn't have that issue. So I'm very happy with the Rain Performer. I'm very happy with my Rev 7. I use both of them all the time. All the time. You know, I'm not biased. What are you doing? This is not the room for you right now. There's so much stuff on the ground. My daughter. So the wind is blowing so hard in Simi Valley, that's in Ventura County in California, that the entire like west side, or technically, yeah, west side of the city is down. So she was at school yesterday with no power all day, and they just told her, you're not coming to school today. So they shut it down.
Half of Simi went out, so they said no, someone come to school today because there's no power.
Okay, thank you, honey. All right. I have 2 videos on DJ coming. One today just for the MetaQuest, and the review next week. Okay. Let's see here. You are late because we had a whole conversation about this, Stevie. It's not going to flop. It can't flop because it's an option. Okay, you guys are. This is the problem, not Stevie specifically, but this is the problem with DJs. If you don't like something, it's a flop. That's just the way DJs work. But the reality is, then it's just not for you. It's just not for you, because remember, Meta has virtual goggles. They have this. They've been having this. This is what they do. This is a part of their thing. All DJ did was provide an application for Meta and provide some hardware features for them. It is a game changer. You can go back to the earlier part or watch my video when I release it and why I explained that it's a game changer. But it is a game changer. It's not a game changer today, but it is absolutely a game changer. I will mark my words. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, I haven't seen that at all. I'll have to take a look. All right, Mulberry in the building. What's going on? I was really hoping for DJ to unveil their own controller with new, actual, useful, real life new features. Who says they won't? Just not today. Can we go back for 1 minute? Can we go back, I don't know, 2 years ago? You know, DJ wasn't even on the map for regular DJs until it hit NAMM. And then people started to see it, to use it, and then it became a thing. Now, not all DJs are using it. I guarantee you there's a lot of people paying for a subscription that they don't use though. So, CT Cooks. Ray, you're not watching my videos. I can tell. I did a whole algorithm DJ video about all the things that I need to see fixed in it in order for me to like truly like love it. And I cooked. I shot the whole video while I was cooking. And can you believe that people had the nerve to tell me I faked it? See, I don't know what it is about people, but apparently people feel like you can't multitask. Like the amount of stuff that I do on a daily basis, whether it be my DJ company, whether it be my LED walls, whether it be just running a family, testing gear, trying to watch football on occasion, go to the gym and work out. Like the amount of things that I do, I am constantly moving. I don't know how not to move. So I'm sorry that I'm able to do things that other people can't do at the same time. But people try to dismiss you. People try to dismiss you. I'm over it. How is it for glasses users? So I have not used it with the glasses. My glasses right here are slightly larger than I think everybody else's, but I haven't tried them on there. But there is an insert that allows you to space it, so you can wear your glasses. I haven't tried it yet. You know, the visuals are pretty close, so I didn't even think about it. And also, you can get a prescription lenses for it. if you really want to. Tidal has an offline locker now on certain software. Okay, cool, great. That would be great. You know, I do wish, I wish Apple Music had an offline locker. Maybe one day they will. I need a new DJ headphone. Help. Dude, there's headphones all over the place. Get the new Pioneers. Those are great. Those are great headphones. As a matter of fact, they're right here. These are great headphones. Like legitimately. I don't use headphones anymore because I go in-ears. But these are some of the best sounding headphones that I've used. The new Pioneer ones. And they're potentially wireless. If you get the AZ, they're pure wireless. If you get the adapter, the little box, the little Wave 8 box, I forget what they call it, but then you can use it on anything. These are great. You don't want to get these. There's V-Moda, you know, there's the Sennheiser. There's a lot of headphones out there. I don't like Sennheiser because I think they don't get loud enough. But I do like all the Pioneers. I still have my original Pioneers right here, which I use on occasion. These were, I think these were the 1000s, but there's a lot of good headphones out there. A lot of good. I still have my V-Modas, which are, I keep my V-Modas in the car in case I, for whatever reason, just forget my headphones one day. So I always keep them in the car. Okay. Exactly. Yep. All right, let's see here. Heavy metal colorway. That's funny. Okay, let's see what else we got here. What do you do to stand out, differentiate yourself from other wedding mitzvah DJs? That is a very good question. I can tell you the number one thing that keeps the phone ringing for us. That's consistency. We consistently do a good job. You typically will never have a party with any of my DJs and MCs and dancers where the party isn't good. It's either good to great to amazing, but it's never bad. You know, I've been in business for 17 years. I've probably had, 17 years of business, roughly averaging somewhere around 300 to 400 events every year. I think I've had four people complain about the party, and two of them had nothing to do with us. I think I've only refunded money. I am on the West Side, Caesar. I've only refunded money to two people in the past 17 years. Pandemic is, you know, there was some money during the pandemic, but I'm talking about like, you guys screwed up, give me money back. I've only done that 2 times. So consistency is one thing. You know, when I say you, I'm talking about whoever is responsible for yourselves. When people call you, you know, how do they feel about you? Do they feel like you're a car salesman? Do they feel like you actually care about their events? Are you just talking about how great it is that you do, you know, or the great job that you do and how amazing you are? Do you talk trash about the other DJs out there when they bring up, oh, I'm looking at this person? You know, there's so many variables in here. I just try to talk to clients like I want to be talked to. I don't oversell clients. I give clients what they need, and then they tell me what they want. I know for a fact, what's that bag? I know for a fact I could make so much more money if I push sales on clients, but I don't like that because I think that clients at the end of the day want to feel like the money that they spent is the quality that they got. So if they're not getting that, then something's off. So if somebody walks over and I'm like, oh, what you need 80 uplights, you need 4 dancers, you need an LED, and they do all this stuff, right? And their party's just like average. And they're like, why did I spend all this money for an average party? Like, I don't want that. And they don't want that. So, you know, Treat people like you want to be treated. You know, I don't even sell. I don't sell to clients. I just talk to clients. They sell themselves. Okay. The AZ and those headphones are magical. Magical. So honestly, if you're looking for headphones and you have the AZ, absolutely get the new headphones. Absolutely. Like, it's a no-brainer for me. You know, and you don't need the Sonic Link box because it's built into the AZ. Definitely do that. How do I rate the Flex 4? Flex 4 is a great controller. Sometimes I feel like I'm like I am Guitar Center. Yeah. Flex 4. Honey, what is it? We'll go out and get that after I'm done with my show. Thank you. Okay. Damn it, go to school. Okay. This Flex 4, I did a review on it. You should probably check my CT's gear reviews. I say it's literally it can't. It's one of my favorite controllers. One of my favorite. I do like the new 202. I forget what they're calling it. I think it's in one of the boxes that I need to open up, but that one's cool too. And that's a really good test board. But yeah, the Flex 4 is a great controller. Okay. I meant low sales flop. They're not selling anything. You get what I'm saying? Like, if I mean, if you don't have DJ, yeah, you're probably going to need to get it. But if you're a DJ, you have the desktop or you have the phone app, I'm pretty sure it's going to work right with the MetaQuest is my guess. I don't know that answer for sure, but that's how they've been doing it in the past. So, they're not selling anything. They're just offering alternatives. This is better for MetaQuest than it is for Algorithm DJ. But having your app be available everywhere in every capacity is good for you. It's good for you. All right, let's see here. You know what? If you do eat crow, it's fine. I eat crow all the time too. I make assumptions and then it turns around and backfires on me. So look, we never really know. Clearly, we never really know. Like if you look at the election, you never really know until it happens. And then you go from there. Yeah, I agree. I agree with this. I agree. All right, let's see here. Drew Sem, I got it right. Drew Sem in the building. What's going on? T Dizzle in the building. What's going on, man? Thank you. Appreciate that. It was really good. It's really good. I just canceled my Algorithm DJ sub in August. I still use the app on my phone and the Little Hercules controller when I travel to my job's main. Yeah. I mean, I got to a point where I don't think I'm leaving DJ. I think I'm a DJ guy now. I don't think I'm leaving DJ until Serato finally updates their stuff. I mean, I'll still have it. I still use it, obviously, but because it's like, you know, it's like a cool pillow on a hot day. Like I still use it, but DJ's turning into my daily driver. It really is. And if I can fix a couple of little tweaks in there, I think I might have found one. Which is, again, I don't want to do a review for something and I say all these things and then Mac Joseph is all over the comments like, no, you just need to do this. No, you just need to do this. No, I don't want to read all those comments. I don't want to. I don't like Mac Joseph, but I don't want to read them comments. So I wait until I'm sure exactly about the software. Yeah, exactly. All right, Pablo, speaking of NAMM, should one wait on buying speakers subs prior to NAMM? Well, to be honest with you, I've heard nothing. And now that QSC has been purchased, who knows what's going on with them, but I've heard and seen nothing right now at all. but that doesn't mean it can't change. A lot of companies, it's November. A lot of companies, a lot of manufacturers literally go radio silent. I mean, Axe Mixmaster, he knows. They go radio silent. And then all of a sudden, it's like the second week of December, third week of December. And then all of a sudden, hey, we got all this gear. We need you to review, and you have 3 days to do it. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ, man. Anyway, it is what it is. Lou Primo in the building. What's going on, fam? Good to see you. You know, I had those. I had the HT25s. Those were actually the first headphones I ever bought. And I didn't even buy them for DJing. I bought them for my studio work, for my production. And they just didn't get loud enough for me. Just for me. You know, maybe it's changed now, but they never got loud enough for me. So I moved over. They weren't the first ones. My first ones were my Sony 7506s, which are still today. They may not sound the best, but the 7506s from Sony are the most durable headphones you will ever use. I had those headphones until I think I just threw them away for like 15 years. The pads were coming apart and disintegrating on me, but they always worked. Always. So 7506s, man, those are like the studio standard, in all honesty. Okay. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. I keep my ears preserved using in-ears. It's fantastic. And now that I use, I know that Sonic Link has their wireless for their headphones, but I use the X5s, the X5 for headphones. I love them things now. I haven't done a party without them in forever. I just love being able to back up. I love being able to move to the right or go adjust the speaker real quick without having to unplug. It's just always in my ear. I can talk to somebody at the end of the room and I still hear my music. Oh, wait, I got to get back. Like, it's great. Hey, man, to each their own. And again, remember, I'm saying before, I'm not saying now. Maybe my complaint was one of many complaints, and they ended up pushing the sound up because they couldn't compete with like the Beats and all those things. But they didn't work for me. And now I have no reason to go back to Sennheiser. I'm very content. All right. I'm having an issue on my Rev 7. Sometimes the platter drags, so I have to pick them up and shake them. I mean, rarely does my Rev 7 platter stop, but you know, it can happen. It can happen. You know, hopefully it's not a motherboard issue, which is the more concerning thing. But you know, if it's just a couple of times here and there, I think you're fine. If you're seeing it more and more, you probably want to get that thing looked at. You know, maybe take it in over the holiday, December, when everybody gets a little slow to get it fixed, because the turnaround is a little slow, period. I don't know about that. I mean, it depends on your operating system. It depends on the point release you're using for it. So, I mean, it could be a lot of things. I mean, who knows? Because my BPMs always display. I don't have to nudge anything. So is your analysis going real slow? You know, are you on a slow computer? Like, there's so many variables here. Fidel in the building, what's going on? Good to see you. Thanks for hanging out today. Fidel says, do you have any tips on how to get reviews from clients after a gig? I don't want to be annoying asking them. Just automated email. Automated email that just says, hey, thank you for your time. If you do get a chance, hey, if you can just click on one of these links and leave a review, that'd be fantastic. That's it. That's all you can do. And if they do it, they do it. If they don't, they don't. I mean, like I said, we do, 300 plus parties every year. And that review email goes out every time, literally like 3 weeks later. And, I mean, we probably get one out of like every 50 to 100 people. People just don't want to take the time. They don't want to take the time. Not that you're bad. They just don't want to do it. No, I didn't say that. You guys have to stop trying to put words in my mouth. I did not say that. I said they're both great. That's it. They're both great. They are both great. Depends on what you are using it for. Do you need 4 channels? Do you like 2 channels? Do you like it to be a little lighter? The Rain Performer is a larger controller. So it's really up to you. Sound is good on both of them. Fader is good on both of them, although I do prefer the fader on the Rev 7. It just depends on what you want. It's not better or worse. It's just different. All right. DJ Civil, what is the number one thing you can offer throughout your company that provide the high level of consistency? Everything. Everything. Consistency is not just about how good you are on a party. Okay? That's something that they pay you to do. All right? If I pay you money, you're going to do a good job. You're going to work as hard as you can to make sure that party is a success. All right? That's a given. Consistency is, yes, you're always run good parties, but your sales service is fantastic. Your follow through is fantastic. Your client account portals, whatever you're using, is clean and it's easy for them to navigate. You're easy to get a hold of. And if you're not easy to get a hold of, maybe like I use Calendly, like we don't really answer the phone. We say, book a call and then we'll be there. And, we got a lot of resistance at first. Now people are like, this is the best thing. I'm so glad you did that. Like I will get old people, old heads like you guys. I will get old people that'll say, I find it's just so hard to get a hold of you. I said, how? What do you mean? I call. Well, it says on the message that, click on the link in Calendly, and we'll send it to you. If you're a client, you have that link. It's in every email we send. I have people right now. I have 4 messages on my phone from people that say, hey, I want to finish up on the contract. Can you call me? They're replying on the email that says, to speak to me, schedule a meeting. Click here in 30-point font. So, people are people. People are people. But the more you can just be transparent. Okay? Transparency is very, very important. A lot of DJs, a lot of salesmen will tell you what they think you want to hear to get the sale. I don't. I tell you what you need to hear. Some people aren't going to like that. I don't care, because your party for you is important, but so is my ability to do a great job on your party. We both have something to gain or lose here. So, guys, can you stop saying this or this? Because it's silly. Honestly, if you really want to know every single thing that people have asked about on here, I have videos for all of these. See, if you click on my name and then you click on playlist, I have a playlist called CT's Gear Reviews. Every single piece of gear that I've reviewed is in that playlist. Every piece of gear. You need to watch them. Like El Maze. I'm not putting it at you because it's been happening all through the chat. But El Maze, Mixon 8 or Rev 5, they're not even remotely close to being relatively close to being the same kind of controller. At all. At all. You should not be comparing the Mixon 8 with the Rev 5. It's just facts. It is just facts. In reality, the Mixon 8 should be compared to like the DDJ 1000 or the Flex 10, not the Rev 5. That makes no sense. But, there's a lot. Anyway. If you looked at my reviews, you'll know. I like the Mixon 8. I don't love the Mixon 8. I think the Rev 5's a great controller, but I would never compare the two. You get what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. Flex 2. Yes, thank you. AKA DDJ 200 Mark II. Okay. $20. $20. $20 is nothing. You guys spend more for coffee at Starbucks than you do on this. You get what I'm saying? Like, I didn't need to spend $10 on an app that will allow me to stream my videos from my computer to the Meta Quest. I didn't need it. I'm barely ever going to use it. But you know what? Sometimes it's just nice to have. And $10 is not, you can't even get eggs for $10 nowadays. So, you know, $20 ain't that bad. It's not that bad at all. I picture that too, actually. I bought a Rain one, meant $550 happy. Good. I'm glad you like it. It's a solid controller. Well, I mean, there's a reason that you can import your Serato crates to DJ. There's a reason that that's there. Although strangely enough, I imported my Serato crates into DJ, and there's still some songs that didn't move over for whatever reason. I see them because I can still access my Serato crate from DJ. So anytime I'm searching for something and like for whatever reason, not like us, the DJ I have a DJ Mustard edit, not like us, is not in my drive. So every time I search in DJ, it never comes up. I got to go into the Serato crate, search, and it's right there. I drag it in. I've tried to drag it into and import it, re-import it. It doesn't like it. It's not like, I guess it's not like this. All right. I know. You should see me try to walk around this place sometimes. You know, when we get close to NAMM, I did an Instagram reel once because, no lie, I'm honestly surprised that my wife hasn't divorced me, because here's somebody at the door, because I had legitimately like 30 boxes in our living room. 30 boxes. It was stupid. It was stupid. But yeah, I got a lot of gear. I mean, legitimately, like within arm's reach. There's a Flex 4. When I do the finishing up on my AZ review, because the live one, I'm still going to do an AZ review. I got this little cheap entry-level CDJ. There's a Flex 10 right here. Oh. Underneath it, I got a Rev 1. Below my feet, Mixstream Pro Go. The primes here. Over there, I got my S11 and my PLXs. There is a T7 right there. There is a Rough 7 right there. There's an Opus Quad over there. And some Ape Lab stuff over there. And the Stanton STXs. 2 boxes of those on the floor. And a Denon Prime Go Mark 1. I think that's it. Oh, and then there's a big ass AZ box that I haven't opened up yet. That's just chilling on the other side. It's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff. Sometimes I hate it, in all honesty. And sometimes I love it. The time is where the hate comes from. Because every time to do a thorough review of anything, it takes time. It takes time. And usually speaking, it takes time. Then for however long you're reviewing it, it's very annoying because I got to take the stuff to gigs, and then I don't have cases for them like that. So now I can't use my furniture. I got to use the old stuff like facade style. I gotta email Danny Max. I keep forgetting because he's got that open one. Anyway, yeah, it's just a lot of work. It's a lot of work. I've actually found myself recently going through an issue where I am touching so many products that I'm forgetting how to do things on products I've had forever. You understand what I'm saying? Like so many things. And I'm trying to cut it down. I really am trying to cut it down. All right. All right, let's see. Mixed Factory says Serato is very old and needs an overhaul. The UI and underlying code. The UI, I don't really care about. The UI is fine. They could do a better job giving us a more, high definition view. Like every time I open up DJ, I'm like, like the view is perfect in it. But the database, absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Let's see here. All right. It's 12 o'clock. You guys got a few more minutes. Sony makes some pretty cool headphones. They're not expensive. Okay. All right. I believe you on that one. Ska has portable subs. I know. I don't know exactly where we were talking. Oh, but they've had portable subs though. They asked me to do a review on them and I just didn't have time. I did not have time. Drew Sim with the 5 gifted memberships. Give him some love. Say thank you. If you got one from him, thank you so much, fam. I appreciate you. It makes doing this worthwhile, especially after only having 2 hours of sleep. I agree. All right, let's see. Rev 7. DJs should have a can of compressed air, just like turntables. Yeah, I agree with that. Ziggy says, library management question. With Algorithm DJ Pro, you just import your Serato crates or do you create new playlists? Nope, you do just a import. When you open up Algorithm DJ there and you're using it on the desktop, the first thing that pops up is, hey, do you want to import your Serato crates? And you have to import your Serato crates because if you don't, nothing works right. It works, but all the features, all the search function, all that stuff goes out the door if you're not using their playlist. So definitely do that. That I agree with. Okay. Let's see here. Good to know. Good to know, Pablo. Good to know. Glad I could help. Why no line arrays for CT? Who says I don't have line arrays? I do. I have many line arrays. My favorite go-to is the LG. I'm now buying TVs. Is the LD 28G3s. Those are my go-tos for anything under 140, 130 people, depending on the size of the room. Those are my go-tos. I took those. I had a party just this weekend, and it was like 175 people. We were in the Bay Area doing an event, and I drove my truck. I'm like, I'm not bringing my QSCs. I looked at the forecast. It was going to be raining. I'm like, I need to put my tonneau cover on top of it. I need everything under there. I don't want to bring my speakers and have them exposed and, risk getting stolen. I got to take them into the room. Like, I don't want to do all that. Anyway, so I brought my LDs, and my partner's like, well, I mean, it's a big party. And I'm like, we've been in this room before. This room, they'll be fine. And I get to the party, and not only is they're fine in the room, but the dance floor is like, I want to say it was like 20 by 10. Like, it was so small. They didn't need big ass speakers for that. It just would have blown out the party. So, yeah, that's my go-to. That is my go-to. I haven't found anything yet in a column array at that size and that price that is better. Not one thing. Okay. But I also have the Bose. I have 2 sets of the Bose. I have 2 sets of the Bose L132s. I have 2 sets of the LD 28G3s. I don't have them, but my partner uses the Maui 44Gs. I'm waiting for the 44G3s before I update, because I don't love the sound of the 44Gs. Anyway, California eggs, brown eggs, organic. How do you fit in health and wellness? Okay, this is a very good question. And okay, in all honesty, this is something that I wish there was a better way to do it. But the only way to do it you have to sacrifice something else. Okay. It could be your time. It could be sleeping. It could be some other thing, some other hobby you're doing. But in all honesty, your exercise regimen is more important than anything else you do. Staying fit, staying healthy is more important than anything else you do. So if you have to sacrifice, an hour of practice DJing so you can go to the gym, so you can go out and run, so you can go do some calisthenics, do it. I mean, in all honesty, like, it's the only way you can keep doing this career that we have here. I mean, I know that most of the DJs that are on here are mobile guys and girls. You're not just like club DJs. Club DJs, yeah, you can walk in and, just plug in your thumb drives or just bring your computer. But even then, there's been several DJs over the past year that have passed, and every single one of them, if you look at the people that passed, they were all living unhealthy lifestyles. All of them. And I have friends, but they were all living unhealthy lifestyles. So I made it a point, when one died in particular, I'm like, okay, I got to do something about this. I've always been an exercise guy, but then I had stopped, got really busy, put on some weight, and I'm like, I got to stop this. I got to stop this. It was drinking, doing all the stuff, everything we do. You started during the pandemic, and it just kept going, and then we have friends, and rich friends drink like crazy. They were coming over every weekend, and we were having parties, and it is nobody even told me to do it. It just got to a point where I said, let's just make small changes. The first change I made, and it's been the best change that I have made, because I don't believe you can stop anything cold turkey. I don't think you can do that. I personally find I do better if I have access to my treats. Okay. So what I mean by that is, so all I did was I said, you know what? I'm no longer going to buy alcohol for the house. That's it. When I'm out at the club, when I go out with friends, we're at a restaurant, we're at dinner, I'll buy it. I'm clearly going to spend more money on it, but having it at the house just means I'm going to drink it. And I found myself, and I'm not like a lush, I would have like a tequila on the rocks, just a glass, like every night. And I'm like, this isn't good for me. So I just stopped buying it. And since I stopped buying it for the house, I barely drink now. I barely drink because I'm not going out all the time. When I go out to work, so I'm not drinking on the jobs unless it's a wedding. I do drink occasionally on a wedding. We're all grown adults here. But in general, I don't drink. So it's helped me. I've been going to the gym 3 times a week. That's it. 3 times a week. I try to add in some cardio. So I either swim or I run. When I run, all of my exercises are very simple, because the most important thing you can do when you're doing anything, especially exercising, just go and do it. And a lot of people don't do it because they set all of these things on them, and things come up, and now they're like, I can't. Like I would go out even before I started going back to the gym, when my shoulder finally healed, because I had like a torn labrum or something like that. When it finally healed, I'm like, okay, I can go to the gym now. I was running, like every day, every other day. And all I said was simple things. Go run a mile. You run a mile takes you no more than 10 minutes. Go run a mile. Just make the mile be your minimum. And I don't care if you walk a quarter of it, you run half of it, you run a quarter, then maybe you walk a quarter, you run 50, and then you walk another quarter. That's fine. And you do the same thing coming back. But if you set those minimums, like I said, run 1 mile, just 1 mile, 1 mile every day. You will find that you will not stop at 1 mile. But if you're like, I'm really pressed for time, all I got is 10 minutes. You can run that mile and come back and be back in time to go do whatever you needed to do. But set it for 1 mile. And then I never ran a mile. Every time I would say, I'm going to run a mile today, I'd run 2 or 3 every time. Health is important, guys. Health is so important. And I know we put it to the side, we get busy, but I flat out tell my wife, I got to go to the gym. I have to. You want me to be calm? You want me to be a good husband? You don't want me to be stressed? You don't want me having, early heart attacks? I got to go to the gym. But specifically, if you don't want me lashing out at you, you want me to go to the gym. You want me to take my hour and a half at the gym. I literally go, I take about an hour and do all of my my resistance training. And then usually I will go hit the treadmill either before or after, or half before, half after, which ends up being about an hour and a half. Once, you change, you shower, you do all that stuff. That's it. That's my tip for you guys. And walking. I hike with my dog. We have really, really good trails out in Simi Valley. I'll take my dog out on a hike. We'll go walk 3-4 miles. And the hikes, you got all that resistance because you're going up the hills and all that stuff. He loves it. I get a great workout out of it. Problem solved. Problem solved. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's what you got to do. There you go. Agreed, Sam. Agreed. I love when I'm like doing like serious, hey guys, we need to talk about this. This is what's good for us. And then Ray's like, what do you think about the QSC LA 108s? Fine. We'll get back to that. I don't love array systems for my small setups. That's all. That's all. And I have a QSC system. That's just more stuff I gotta bring with me now. So, maybe if I start doing more production, maybe if I start doing more sound production, then that's a thing. But like, I don't need them. All right. Brandon said, when I was at my growing gut last year, I knew I needed to make a change. Yeah, exactly. That gut is like first symptoms of like, heart attacks and strokes. So get rid of the gut and you'll find you'll probably live longer. And such good stuff. They don't bring anything cheap to the house. Every bottle they bring is like 75 plus. Every bottle. Rich friends, man. Good times. Okay. Let's see here. Guys, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Y'all all know what the hell I'm talking about. Okay? 2 hours of goddamn sleep. 2 hours. That's all I got last night. So, I'm sorry. Turntables. Any day, all day. If somebody's like, you need a, what's your rider? Turntables. All day. All day. Manny Pep in the building. What's going on? Well, yeah, that's why you use things like Mixmaster G and L's software, or you use Lexicon or whatever you need to use, or you can just import them from, DJ will import everything, your metadata, your cue points, everything will come over when they do the import. So, but if you don't have something like that, grab one of the Mixmaster GNL suites and you'll be in good hands. You'll be in good hands. All right, let's see here. Any more? What are the benefits of waiting to buy new gear if one is looking for a great mid-range to pro piece? The only benefit to waiting is if you don't need it right now. That's it. Buy what you need. If you need something right now, don't wait. Don't put it off because you're like, well, something better is going to come out. Something better is always going to come out. But if you need something, like if my Rev 7 died today, I know I'm different from everybody. Let's say I'm just a regular person. All I have is a Rev 7. If it died today, I would go out and buy another Rev 7. I wouldn't say, well, let's wait until NAMM to see if a Rev 10 comes out, which is not. But let's wait until NAMM. I'm going to buy it because we're professional DJs. This is our business. Maybe some aren't, but like I am. So everything I buy is a write-off and it's good for my business. That's it. That's it. These subs are amazing. Remy, some of the best sounding speakers for the price. LD makes, in my opinion, some of the best sounding speakers across the board. There hasn't been one speaker that I've gotten from LD or tested that hasn't been good. Not one speaker. Now, are there better ones? Maybe. But as far as sonic quality, and I don't mean, well, this one does 18 hertz and this one does 20 hertz and blah, blah. Like, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about how I turn on my music and I stand in front of the speaker, how it makes me feel. And I've gone through LD, I've gone through Bose, I've gone through DAS Audio. I've heard the RCFs. RCFs are good sounding speakers. I'm not going to lie. But price point and everything, the LDs are just really good. They're just really good. Okay, let's see here. When was the last time you saw an update on Serato Video? I mean, in all honesty, when was the last time you saw an update on Serato Video? Didn't say that. Ray, I didn't say that. Ray, you are going to need to go and listen to, you know what? Ray, where do you live? Where do you live, Ray? Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Exactly. Exactly. Well, they fixed that. Now the firmware fixed that. The 45 button. It doesn't just arbitrarily go off. I think it's a long press. I think it's a long press now. All right, Michael says, so we have been working to streamline our gear and make setups easier. However, I wonder if doing that has made our value a little less. Lights and such. We just did a new point of a friend. Okay. Okay, so I think I understand what you're saying because we do the same thing. We have our standard large systems, which could be anywhere between, QSC, K118s and the K12.2s, SRX 800s, like the 818s and the 828s, 828, 820, no, 828's a dual cap, but which we have that too. But the SRX systems, because we have two. We currently have two QSC systems, both 12.2s and 118s. We are about to purchase a smaller, the QSC 12s, the 12s. I might start using that as my small system. I'm still on the fence because I do love my LDs, but I might use that for my small system. If I can get, if they can go into my bed where I can close the cover on them, I probably will go with that. But the QSCs, and then we have smaller ones, either the Bose or the LDs. Even we have a Pioneer setup too, and depending on the size of the party, some parties will get big systems with trusses and big ass front boards and big speakers. But if you're 100 to 120 people, you're getting smaller setups and gig bars. That doesn't change the quality of what you do. Okay. And if everything's running correctly and you're running things, most people can't tell. So if you're trying to say you think your numbers are going down because people are comparing themselves to you, or somebody's calling and they're calling another company and the company's like, well, I know what that company does. We only bring premium this and premium that. That's like a running thing. Maybe that's the case, but tell them, like, we don't put trusses on parties under 120 people. We give them gig bars. But if a client's like, hey, I know you have trusses. Can I have trusses? Absolutely. You can have trusses. Like, we don't tell them no, but you know, but everybody needs to streamline. There was a lot of crap in our studio that we weren't touching, or it was too hard to work, or it was too hard for the DJ, we streamlined too. No, not once and for all. Nope. That's great. That is great, Jose. Okay, now there's no rants. I didn't say, hey, no rants. I struggle with home gyms. I don't know. I just sometimes I'm the kind of person that needs to be somewhere. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I work out harder when I'm like staring at big ass buff dudes, you know, lifting twice my weight that I'm working off of. But neither here nor there. You do what you got to do. I mean, some days when I don't want to go out, maybe if I only have time to get a 20, 25 minute workout, then yes, that home gym would be amazing. But, you know, in order for me to actually use my home gym, it would have to be so nice, or I wouldn't use it. Okay. There you go, pal. There you go. That's impressive too. Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay. A couple more. I'm done by 12:30. Done. Because my next call, my daughter is home. They canceled school. I need to take her to Starbucks because that's what dads do. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say if you people are around Boston and you want to hear all the speakers we're talking about, go to Harvest of Sound. It's the first week of December. I will actually be there, running a panel, or not a panel, but I can't even think right now. Anyway, Harvest of Sound, December 3rd, December 2nd through the 4th. Harvest of Sound. If you're in that area or you're in driving distance, literally go. It was just for the speaker shootout. It's worth every penny. If you are on the fence and you don't know what you want to get, go to Harvest of Sound. And then you can see me too. Song requests are killing me. Well, okay, so I'm back again. Okay, these song requests are killing me. Need a solid solution. Well, the solid solution is get yourself something that you can import your request in. So I use two things, give or take. I use if a song request come in, I make them do song requests via streaming apps. So, because everybody uses them. So Apple Music, Tidal, SoundCloud, I don't really care. Just get them in an app, and then I'll pull in that link into Soundees, or if it's Spotify and there's dirty versions, I'll pull it into Cleanify first, so everything gets cleaned out, and then I will import that into Soundees, convert it to whatever streaming service I'm using, and pull it in. There's also different things. Crate Hackers has something you can pull it into their system, and then they will scan your drive and then make a playlist based upon that. Lexicon does the same thing. Mixmaster Gino, does yours do that too? Let me know in the chat. Let them know in the chat if yours does it too. Rev 1 or Flex 4? Two different controllers. Everything about them is different. Okay, so this is strange, but this is the thing. You're asking me for something that it could be completely different for you. I actually prefer the Flex 4 over the Rev 1, but the Rev 1's a great controller. I don't know. I like the layout of the Flex 4 for me. But if you're using the Rev 7, you know, maybe you want to get something like a Rev 1 because it works well. Okay. All right. Gotcha. Okay. All right. That works too. Okay. We're not, guys, stop. You're literally comparing a 900 Nexus to an S11. Stop. They are two distinctly different mixers. That is not a good comparison. So if you were asking me which one do I like better and why, I'm an S11 guy because I use turntables. So I don't use turntables for everything, but if I go and people ask me for my rider, give me an S11, give me some Techniques MK5Gs or Pioneer PLX 1000s or Cross 12s. I will even, in some cases, take some Rain 12s. In some cases. But they're completely different things. I am not a CDJ guy. Okay, I use CDJs. CDJs with an S11 are great. Honestly, they're great. But if you want to use a 900 for that, I mean, that's fine. I don't like strip style effects, so I'm not the guy to ask about that. If they're strip style, meaning it's on the panel, you know, like that, I hate those. I hate using them. Always have. It hasn't gotten any better. So anytime I see those, I'm not the guy for it. That doesn't mean that it's bad though. It just doesn't work for me. Okay. I'm not getting angry. You guys have not seen angry in a long time. Some people have seen angry. You know, I had to black out on a couple of people that were in my chat once. You know, but no, this isn't angry. I'm fine. I'm just tired, and I don't want to repeat myself over the same stuff over and over again. Do I think a battle mixer will be released next year? Upgrading from a Rain 62 and looking for a Pioneer S series or Rain 70. Okay. Well, let's see here. The Rain 70 came out at NAMM 2020. It's been 4 years, so it stands to reason that at some point Rain will come out with a new something. It may not be the Rain 70. It may be a new Rain 72. You know, who knows? But I don't have any information. They haven't seen, you know, NDA or not. I haven't seen anything for it. So I don't know. Pioneer, you know, at a certain point they'll come out with something. You know, it's hard to beat the S11. So I would say the S11 sells well. I mean, I think the S5 probably sells well, but it's not like it's their meat and potatoes. I wonder about the S7. I wonder if the S7 is selling as well as like the S9 did. That's what I wonder about. So if they're right in the line to come out with something too, because some people, you know, for some people the S11 is too expensive. You know, but the S9 is not the S7. Even though the S7 has some great features, it's not the S9. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right. I noticed in Vibo, however you pronounce it, this wedding comp, Vibo lets them pick all the songs in I'm like in white. I've been on social media too much because that's white people now. Songs that don't exist anywhere are gonna have to lock that up. That's cool. Although I don't necessarily want to play YouTube rips, but that's cool. You know, I mean, if they're nowhere, how are they finding it? If they're finding it on YouTube, it has to be somewhere. All right. Okay. 2 more minutes, guys. 2 more minutes. How is the S11 integration with DJ? I don't know. Actually, I haven't plugged it in to try it out. I'll have to try that out. You know what? I will try that out today, and then I will release it in my video for next week. I actually don't know. I know the turntables work well, but I don't know about the S11 and what it does. My guess is there's probably the screen doesn't work, is my guess, or a portion of the screen. You know, that's the one thing that is DJ is struggling with. Like I'm so glad that the Rain Performer has everything in there, because I can't stand opening up any controller and having it say, no drive attached or blah, 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 or just be blank. Like it feels like it's broken to me. So the Rev 7 does that, but I loaded in my logo before. So now my logo just stays in there. And I have markers on my jogs. So I don't need to see WAV files. So it's all good. Yeah. But anytime, like if I open up like a DDJ 1000, I try to run DJ, that no driver install thing drives me nuts. Can't use it with it. Can't use it. Okay. All right. Last one. Guys, stop. Do I have a bot? Did a bot come in and ask about comparisons? Because again, Rain 1 and a Rain 4 are not even remotely close to being the same. Moving platters, non-moving platters, static jogs. 4-channel, 2-channel. Internal effects, no internal effects. Like almost twice as large. Like you can't compare those things. You can't compare those things at all. You can't. They're both good controllers. Although if you're looking at the Rain 4, unless you care about the weight, like, oh, I like the Rain 4 because it's light, you get the Performer. The Rain 4, in my opinion, is going to get discontinued if it hasn't already. The Rain Performer is the one. The Rain 4 should have never come out for Rain. That's God's honest truth. When the Rain 4, when they told me about it, I said, why are you coming out for Rain? It doesn't make sense because Rain has always been a turntableless thing. Oh, we're trying to, touch the DDJ 1000 group and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, but Pioneer has never been that company like that. Rain is that company. And, people bought it, I know, but a lot of people sold those things or now they're at backups when that Performer came out, but not the same. Not the same. All right, Rummy, this better be an interesting question because you're one of the last ones. Do you think we should have any concern given the political results that tariffs are going to send equipment costs through the roof? Tariffs are going to send the equipment costs through the roof because everything comes from China. Now, the margins for China are so high that they can afford to eat that tariff and still make money, still make tons of money. So I don't think we're going to have any problems. But prices will increase. So buy your stuff now. Buy your stuff now. We've been buying lighting and table spots and our LED wall all before Trump was even supposed to be in because we knew, like 20% on some uplights, not that big of a deal. 20% on an LED wall, that's a lot of money that you're burning. So buy your big stuff now if you can. Tune My Music has been a lifesaver. I agree. Oh, that's great. That's great. And it converts text. Yeah. That does it. Lexicon does that too. Yeah. Anything that can make our jobs faster. That's all I care about. What would they improve on the S11? Well, the S11, the S11 was handicapped from the start because they didn't put enough memory in it. So you really couldn't update it or do things to it because of the memory capacity. So, the fact that on a touch screen, I can't decide what goes on my screen is a big problem. I don't need the sync button to be on the front page. I don't use sync. And if I do, I can just hit the sync on the, it doesn't need to be somewhere that it thinks I'm constantly pressing that button. I wanted the silent cue to be there, but you can't put the silent cue in replace of sync. Sync has to be there. Now, silent cue is like 4 pages deep. So I end up not using silent cue because it's so deep. Pause. So it just depends. There's some things they could do. Definitely some things they could do. And they don't need to do much, but there's some things they could do. Um, well, it won't convert it to the clean version. Like you're saying, like you run it through a process and it takes every dirty word and throws a reverse on it. I don't know of anything, and I don't know that I would trust that anyway. To be honest with you, because sometimes things that aren't dirty are still dirty because of context. So I just like to go either I download it from some site, you know, Beat Source or BPM Supreme, you know, DJ City, or I do it myself. Okay. Mapping's fine. Mapping, I'll let you know. I'll let you know, Mixmaster. I'll let you know. Okay, I cannot talk any longer. I gotta go take my daughter out. Uh just making sure. Nothing good. 6,000 MK2. That's interesting. I wouldn't be that would be interesting. All right. And Lou, thanks for hanging out today, fam. Good to see you. Okay. You got to go, right? I do have to go, right? I am going. I saw one more. Okay. I don't know the name because we bought it from China. I don't remember exactly which one. My partner actually did all the research on it, but it's a 2.5 dot pitch, and we've been using it now for the past. Well, I mean, we got it in April, but we've used it 3 times so far this season. Our season starts in August, and I have 3 more. 3 more over the next 4 weeks. And then I just got booked for one. I think there's one in January so far. There's like 3 in March. It's been solid, but I don't know that. I don't know the name. I'll have to look at the order, but they came from China. Okay. Anyway, gotta run. Thank you guys for hanging out today, fam. Appreciate all of you. Thanks for enjoying the stream, and take a look out for my video that's going to come out hopefully, unless my daughter takes too much time and my calls go too long. But that DJ video for for Meta Quest will go out today. So make sure you're there. I will be back on Thursday, and I will be back. I plan to have the Algorithm DJ full video out by Wednesday. I'd like to have it out on Tuesday, in all honesty. If I can do that, we're all good. But it's either going to be Tuesday or Wednesday. So when we have the show on Thursday, I don't want to see Mac talking all this kind of trash. You talk trash in that video. All right. I got to get out of here, guys. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Peace out. See you next week. For all you people that have parties this weekend, have great parties. Have a good time doing it. We'll see you soon. Peace. I don't care if you can hear me. Good. Pablo? That sigh was necessary. That sigh is spending 2 hours on a show. You're supposed to leave. This is the leaving time. That's why there's grass growing. That's how long you've been here. The grass is grown. We need a weed whacker. Get out of here. Scram.